Congratulations to all the companies who have won the company with great managers, and for all the great managers who are going to walk away today with the title, You Are a Great Manager. And most of all, we would also like to congratulate all the life partners and spouses who are going to hit the stage along with the winners today. So a good applause for all the winners who are going to be taking these awards today. And as some of the CEOs mentioned, that all your great performers who are nominated are here not recognized as great managers. We believe, with over 17 years in this coaching sphere, that all great performers may not be leadership material. They are performing. They are achieving your KPIs or your KRS. Given the markets, given the territories they operate, they are achieving results, pushing people to achieve tasks which has cascaded from top to bottom. They may be heroes celebrated inside your companies, but unfortunately, in our lens of this assessment, they are not making it to the great manager title, which gives you a wake-up call back in the organization to relook at your own performance management systems or appraisal systems. I know these days, all of the HR folks must be very busy, sandwiched between the top leadership and the employees for performance management. Sometimes our in-house appraisals and performance management systems are like assessing a fish on its ability to climb a tree. So it doesn't work. There are no performance management dialogues. There are no debriefing of performance management. Somehow I have got an increment. I don't know why. Somehow I have not got an increment. Still I don't know why. And sometimes HR doesn't initiate such dialogues and inform why have you made it to the top or why haven't you made it to the top. If you look at, we were talking about attrition in Sri Lanka. If you look at last year alone, the highest attritions came from HR heads leaving organizations. They are not migrating. They are not going to Australia or North America. They are under so much pressure, bringing back from the flexi work culture back to offices, or installing or implementing a hybrid work culture, and or somewhat in a moderation, combining both and making your companies very successful. So HR, in our perspective, is not a support service. It is not a back office function. HR is the core function of every organization. It is the gateway into your organization. And HR is able to build a great employer brand. You may have a great business brand with a largest market share. That doesn't make you a great employer brand. An employer brand is something where your employee experience from recruitment to retirement is so enriching. So it is important for us to look at our own performance management systems, employee rewards, remunerations, and career paths. Sometimes we hear from great manager nominees that they have achieved KPIs year on year for 5, 6, 7 years, but they have not grown. They have not got accelerated into the next levels. It is like very much what the Peters principle says. Organizations promote people to the point of incompetency. Every time somebody does an MBA or a banker's exam, insurance or whatever, you get one more grading. So over the last 20 years, I have got so much of gradings. Now the company doesn't know where to promote me anymore. I'm sure when we discuss these with the CEOs, they have a big struggle what to do with the senior most employees. There was a time that the senior most people got promoted, not anymore. Now organizations are looking at potentials as against performers. You may have great potential young leaders. So this year, apart from great managers, after almost 6 years, we have spotted 5 gems who are under 30 years, who are managing large teams, large revenues, or large business ecosystems. And they are going to walk away with this special all-round award called the Great Millennial Manager. How do you create great managers? There has to be great leadership in the company. Great leaders who walk the talk. Great leaders who have great integrity. Great leaders who have diversity. Sometimes leaders are pushed to achieve corporate goals, like what your board says, hit this top line or this bottom line, and you create a culture which is very aggressive, very task oriented, and you did achieve your numbers, but at the expense of your key talent leaving you. So you cannot be a great leader or instilling great leadership in your organization under your leadership if you have lost talent. We have seen people coming for interviews and telling, I don't want to leave this organization, but I want to leave my boss. I want to leave my supervisor. So the top leadership is responsible for walking the talk on organizational values. We have seen many organizational values in your annual reports, hung in your boardrooms, but how many of these values you live? If you really ask your senior managers and top leadership, they look around, turn back and read, we have 8 values, 9 values, but on a day in, day out, I don't see experiencing all these values. Maybe 3 out of that, or 1 out of that, 2 out of that. So it's a responsibility of the top leaders to ensure that great managers are nurtured and they are going to be your future leaders, like all of you. And today, as we do every year, we are inducting great two individuals to the Hall of Fame for leadership excellence. I will not mention the names until we see there's a video for that. And this leadership award excellence is given for your integrity, not for driving results. For driving your top line and bottom line, there are enough awards in Sri Lanka. The top 100, the top 50s, I don't have to name. But there is no award to recognize authentic, courageous leaders who demonstrate high degree of integrity, high degree of diversity, and they are very inclusive. They are very collective in their pursuit of achieving organizational goals. So every year, it is not a nominated award. We, along with our strategic partners, scan the top CEOs in Sri Lanka. Now we are scanning almost 193 CEOs in Sri Lanka. The moment you apply the diversity index, the humility factor, how inclusive they are, most of the top company leaders are not making it. So we have 2 individuals, and as Honorable Iran Vikramatna said, we have not inducted a female leader into Hall of Fame. Last year, we were able to capture such a talented leader. And I'm sure the governors here endorsed it, with all the governors vouching for it. We have finally made that induction program, and you will see that happening today. So congratulations again for all the winners here. And this year, here and globally, we are launching one more new award, which is for the IT sector, which is for the techies. Because in the tech world, you don't get much managers. They are agile leaders. They are scrum leaders or sprint leaders. So along with our strategic partners, Agility Tune-Up, we are launching the first ever Agile Leadership Awards in Sri Lanka and in globally. So I'm sure you will have a different platform for IT leaders, IT team leads to win such an award. So congratulations once again for all the winners here and all the CEOs who walked away with this award for culture, and enjoy the great evening. Thank you.